Conversations with HJM. I'm Lisa Harris-Jones.
And I'm Barry Glassman.
And today we have Robyn Murphy. She's the CEO of Create Baltimore. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this job
Yes.
was meant for you.
You think so?
You think so? I mean, it's perfect for you. When they said you were going to be acting, I was like, no, she'll never be acting. This job was meant for Robyn. You work on so many different things. Tell us a little bit about your job and what it does for Baltimore.
Oh, absolutely. So first of all, I did have some friends, you included, Shalonda Stokes included, who the minute I stepped into the interim role, they were like, oh, you'll stay. And I was like, no, I have this clearly defined set of priorities. And in my last act, I will help BOPA find their permanent CEO. So that was what the goal was. But once you're inside, and I was serving on the board, so I really understood the organization from a board level and a board perspective. Not the same thing as being inside as the CEO. And so there were a number of things that made it important to stay. And the biggest, not least of which was that I don't think you can signal stability of an organization to funders and to the community and then walk away from it, because that's the opposite of giving stability. And then the second part of it was that the staff had just been through so much, and they deserved an opportunity to I get to work with people who are both artists and administrators. Like, they're really smart, but they're also artists in the way that they are deeply committed in the creative process to their work. But they were so in flux for so long that they weren't able to hit their stride. So now I'm watching these brilliant creative people hit their stride, and I can't leave them. So all that's good. And the work that we do is really dedicated to uplifting arts and culture in Baltimore and making sure that the city is able to thrive through positive reinforcement that culture matters, that art is important, that artistic expression is vital. And so those are the things that we get to do.
Very good. And so I'm from more of the suburban part of Maryland, and I guess one of my thoughts is, what is your challenges with bringing folks back to Baltimore to experience that culture and the arts here in Baltimore, instead of staying out in their out in their counties, to come in and actually experience it, even our young people?
Yes, I think a lot of people are unaware, and it's that suburbs actually invest their dollars into the cultural fabric of the city that is like Baltimore. So like the surrounding counties of Baltimore want their citizens to experience all the arts and culture that we have in Baltimore. They don't intend to compete with it. Baltimore County doesn't intend to add a hippodrome theater or even a zoo. So we have an opportunity to make sure that people understand that what's happening in the cultural fabric of Baltimore is for all of Central Maryland. It is built for Central Maryland. And so I think that, to your point, we have invested stakeholders and civic leaders, such as Mayor Brandon Scott and the surrounding county folk, who are invested in what does our education look like? How are we doing there? How are we faring with decreasing crime? And once you do the things on that side, the other part of it is to make sure people are aware that the city is the cultural center of gravity for all of us in the greater Baltimore area. So we want people to feel that they are going to be safe and protected in the city. And then we want them to know that they're going to have a good time. They're going to have all the culture they need. They're going to have those things. And so we work hand in hand with the city, allowing our leaders to focus on those priorities that are vital as well: education, crime, infrastructure, transportation. And then in the meantime, we're going to make sure that there's a vital arts culture.
I love that you said the zoo, because it's the Maryland Zoo right here in Baltimore.
Right, it is.
Yeah. And we have Artscape. Artscape, I think, was the first art festival in the country, right? Do I have that right?
I know it's the largest.
The largest?
I don't know if
I
it's
thought
the
it
first.
was one of the first.
It is potentially that. Artscape is over 40 years old, and it is widely recognized as the largest outdoor arts festival in the country. It hit some bumpy roads, as did many things, especially through COVID. And we had to like right size some things in order to make Artscape like brilliant and vibrant again. And I think we pulled it off this year with nearly 200,000 people attending the Arts Festival and so many artists that were local, hyper local, regionally local, that got to have their artistic expression on stage, along with your celebrities and like your big Fantasia and Robin Thicke. There were also hundreds of local artists who were represented there.
But tell us about a little bit about the launching of Create Baltimore.
Yes, so it's been a long time coming. I'll tell you, the assets and the visual context of Create Baltimore existed before I got to BOPA. It was one of the many things that was dreamed of, conceptualized, and then put on the back burner as they tried to streamline operations. When I think about what the mission is of the organization, it is to create Baltimore. Create is a verb as well as an adjective. So this organization's role is to be the creative engine for the city and to help artists create, to be a safe place for people to create, and to build on how the city creates festivals and engagement. And so it made sense. The name Baltimore Office of Promotion and the Arts did not exactly nail us as well. And then with the mayor's creating of the Mayor's Office of Arts, Culture, and Entertainment as a city agency, they actually handle a lot of the infrastructure, festival building, and stuff like that, so that BOPA's focused on the arts. And so what we do is Create Baltimore.
You know what? I'm learning a lot about your role. I'm glad we had this conversation because I didn't know the distinction between the two. So this is good for me.
Yes.
So I know our viewers are enjoying it. There's some things coming up in October. You want to tell us about that?
Yes. So Free Fall Baltimore is a part of National Arts and Culture Month. And Baltimore opens up studios with artists, so we'll have open studio tours. You can come to, for example, Bromo Seltzer Tower in Baltimore, which is a historic building that BOPA also operates. Create Baltimore also operates for the city of Baltimore. We have artist studios in there. We have artist studios also at School 33, which is formerly a school, now fully emerging artist studios across from Cross Street Market. So those places will have studio tours, and we have grants that we're giving out that people will be able to mount exhibitions, and even organizations, galleries, all the things. Even if you didn't get a grant, we will support the marketing of your creative space throughout the month of October.
Wow.
That's exciting.
It must be so rewarding because you actually get to meet a lot of these people that are compassionate, artistic, passionate, and a lot of them embody Baltimore through their art and through their crafts.
And I think something that is a little known fact is that the state of Maryland as a whole, and Baltimore City in particular, invest more in artists than almost any other state in the country. We are only bested by 2 other states, but we're the best state of the 3 in the ways in which we invest in artists. And so what we like to do is to be number 1 in the ways in which we invest in artists. And not just, we have phenomenal museums. Baltimore also has more statues than any other municipality in the country. So we have all these beautiful places and things for people to see in public art. And our job is to give artists tools for success so that they can continue to be creative and provide that level of vitality for city life.
Well, I'm enjoying this conversation and learning so much. Is there anything else that you can share with our viewers before we let you go?
No, just that, hang in there with Create Baltimore, because we have a lot of fun things that I think we will raise our profile a little bit more so that people feel, when I talk to someone, for example, who says, well, I didn't know you had emerging artist studios that artists can have for 4 years to get on their feet and have a studio space, or I didn't know what goes into Free Fall Baltimore. We want people to know. And so we're embarking on a campaign that people have awareness that we're here for people who want to engage in art, and we're here for people who want to produce art.
What's your Instagram, or how can people follow what's going on?
Oh, they should follow us at, my personal one is at Mrs. Media Mom.
All right, I follow that one. That's,
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
Also follow Promotion and Arts at Promo and Arts. Follow the Baltimore Farmers Market that we run. Where all of our entities are on Instagram, and our Instagram.
I didn't know that either.
What? Yes, the Farmers Market as well.
I
never
didn't know
sold
that.
land there. I always
Yes.
wanted to come and sell land
It
at
is.
the
It
farmers
is
market.
the. It is the one of the best and biggest farmers markets. It's in the state. It's one of the only ones that offer SNAP benefits. So it is serving a true purpose in a food desert. And we have artist pop-ups all the time because we create Baltimore. So follow all of our entities. Top of the World has its own Instagram, and we have enough. If it's one thing I know we have is a phenomenal marketing team. So we're going to get more stuff out to you guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good to be here.
This has been great.
Yes.
And thank you for joining us on Conversations with HJM.